Okay, so today I want to talk about creating a book title that sells, how to create an awesome book title and what that includes. So, this is going to really help you, at least in your next book, to create a title in a book that will get more sales, more attention. Basically, that's what you want. So, first, I want to talk about what is the purpose of a title. And then I want to talk about the customer journey. So, to understand the purpose of a title, we got to understand the journey of our customer, which is very, very, very simply your customer is going to get on Amazon, going to search a certain type of keyword that they have in mind, and then they're going to see a whole bunch of books, and then they click on the listing or a bunch of listings, and then they buy. So that is very, very simply put. Where does the book cover fall in this sequence or in this timeline? What is the purpose of the title? So when they search, they do not immediately buy as soon as they find the very first listing, or they don't actually even look at all the books and then decide, I'm going to click on this and I'm going to buy it right away. So they will click on it, and then they're gonna look at the description, they're gonna look at the A+ content, they're gonna maybe look at the reviews, and then decide, and maybe the price, and decide, oh, okay, this is exactly what I want, I'm gonna buy. So the title does not fall under the buying decision. The title really falls under the searching decision. So your title has to show up to be relevant with what they are searching for. Say a chair yoga book, they're going to get a whole bunch of books that are talking about chair yoga. Maybe some are for beginners, some are for seniors, some are for more advanced people. I mean, there's all different kinds of books, right? And then your book will show up, or it might not show up, depending on if Amazon thinks it's relevant. So you want to keep in mind that the purpose of your title is to get your customer to click on it. So they're going to be searching for a certain keyword, a certain search term, and a bunch of books will show up. The one that is the most relevant, or the ones that are the most relevant, are the ones that they are going to click on. So you want to get your book more clicks. Before we go into that, so basically you're going to have two audiences or two targets that you're trying to target with your title. You have your customer and you have Amazon. So obviously you're trying to target your customer so that the book is relevant to them, so they think that this is exactly what they want, or you want to let them know this is what they want. But you also are trying to please Amazon. You're trying to give Amazon information about your book so they can show it to the right customer. So even though you're targeting Amazon and you're trying to get Amazon to understand your book, you're also doing that for the customer, because in the end, Amazon wants to give an excellent customer experience. They want it to be easy for customers to get exactly what they want as quickly as they want. That's why it is considered like a search engine, but with the purpose of purchasing. So they find that your book is targeting a certain audience and they are actually clicking on it, and a lot of them are clicking on it. That gives Amazon an indication that that book is very relevant to this type of customer. So what do they look at? They look at the click-through rate. And the click-through rate basically is just the percentage of people that click after they see an impression or see your book, if it shows up. So if it shows up, if they actually scroll and they see your book, that would be considered an impression, and they click based on that keyword, then the click-through rate is going to go up. And if it goes up, they're going to show it to more customers that are typing in that exact same keyword. And of course, this can refer to several different keywords, but we're going to use like one keyword as an example. So this is the target. So basically your title has to result in a high click-through rate. Now, of course, we can't think of this one-dimensionally. We have to consider that assuming everything else is done correctly and you have an amazing book cover, and then they click on it and you have an amazing book and you have a few reviews at least, and you have great A+ content. So your whole book is optimized and your listing is optimized, then it will result in sales. And of course, if it results in a high click-through rate and then again in high sales, that's your conversion rate. So if you get a high click-through rate and a high conversion rate, that's assuming everything's done correctly, then of course Amazon will show it to more customers. But if we're looking at the title right now. So we want to improve our titles. We want to optimize them to the max. So what makes a good title? Now that we know what the title is for, now that we know what is determining the excellence of our title, what makes a good title? Well, first of all, you're going to look at the very basic thing is, what is it about? Like, what is the topic? Is it a journal? Is it a planner? Is it a recipe book? Is it a novel? So these are, we have to at least know. There are actually so many books out there where the title doesn't even give an indication of what type of book it is at all. So they first have to know what kind of book that is. So that, that could be anything. Now, the second thing that you want to look at is your target audience. Who is your target? It could be, say, a book for beginners, or it could be for people who are advanced. It could be for seniors. It could be for kids. Of course, that's still broad. So the more specific you can get, the even better. So maybe it's for vegans, or maybe it's for vegans with gluten intolerance. Maybe it's for even more specific homeschool moms. That's very specific, but it will connect very well once they find the book. So if there's a homeschool mom and there's a book specifically targeted towards her, there's a higher likelihood that she would click on that book. Like, for example, a book for specifically young newlyweds, a book targeted towards them would be more specific than, say, just married couples. Like maybe experienced or couples that have been married for a long time would have different problems or different issues or different things to talk about than, say, newlywed couples. So the being more specific will definitely create more of a connection with that audience. The third thing would be, why would they buy your book? We could say it's your why, or we could say it is your unique selling point or unique selling proposition, your USP. So what is this? So after you've made it clear what your book is about, you know exactly who it's targeted to, why would they pick yours above the rest? What makes yours special? And there could be different things with this. So the first thing is, which would be like a benefit, at least your main benefit. You probably should have several benefits that you're going to list in your description, but your main one, which is what makes the book stand out, could be that it's either faster or easier or more. And there might be more stuff, but basically those are three main things that most people use. Like, for example, weight loss, how to lose weight in 5 weeks, or how to lose weight without skipping meals. That would make it easier. Or how to lose 20 pounds and then also in a short time. So you can also use several of these together, but just how to make their journey easier, how to make yours stand out. Maybe you could do it in less steps. That's both easier and faster. Maybe you have a more complete guide that has complete stuff, or maybe a certain number. Maybe you have 1,000 jokes. Whatever it is that makes you stand out from your competition, you always have to find something that makes it stand out. Now, it's not just how to make yours better in some way, but also what gives you authority, which also goes under number 3, why they would buy your book. So why would they choose yours? Maybe because your experience. So let's say a veteran's guide to something, I don't know, cooking or something, that gives authority. They would feel like, oh, this book is written by someone who has authority. In any topic, almost in any topic, you could find some way to give authority to your book. Okay, so let's really quick before I end, let's just make an example here. So let's use the chair yoga topic as an example. So chair yoga would be our topic. We got to think of an audience. So chair yoga is our main topic. Our audience could be for seniors. So let's see, we have chair yoga, and then we have, say, for seniors. Okay, that's great. But I'm pretty sure, I'm just going to guess that there's probably like hundreds, if not thousands of books with the title chair yoga for seniors, or is targeted just chair yoga for seniors. So how can we be more specific? Maybe we could call it chair yoga for active seniors, and let's say 55 and up. So now we're being more narrowed and more specific. So that will be of more interest to people in this group. But that might not be enough. So we have chair yoga for active seniors 55 and up. But why? What makes your book stand out? What makes this book different or special or beneficial in any way? We could say that this book has 101 chair yoga positions, and then for active seniors 55 and up. Okay, so that gives a benefit, a certain number. So it's a good number, or it could be 1,000, I don't know, whatever. So that's narrowing it down. That's giving you a very good, unique selling proposition. but we can make it even better, maybe by giving some, not authority as in someone who's experienced, but what makes this the ultimate book. So how, actually, why don't we just use the word ultimate? So let's say ultimate, so this is the ultimate, or you can say the ultimate illustrated, assuming it's got illustrations in it. So the ultimate illustrated guide with 101 chair yoga positions for active adults 55 and up. So the ultimate illustrated guide with 101 chair yoga positions for active adults 55 and up. And that could be the title. And then you can even add a subtitle. So that, and then would be a subtitle, and we could say a benefit or a result or the goal that it would accomplish, which is what people are looking to buy books for, to get to a certain goal. So you could say the ultimate illustrated guide with 101 chair yoga positions for active adults 55 and up. I'm totally making this up. For improved flexibility and strength, let's say in strength. And then you can even add in less than 5 minutes a day. I know it's pretty long, but that would definitely give people an idea of the goal and the result that they could achieve if they got this book. So you would say the ultimate illustrated guide with 101 chair yoga positions for active adults 55 and up for improved flexibility and strength in less than 5 minutes a day. So how does that sound as opposed to chair yoga for adults or chair yoga for active seniors? Sorry, I put adults here, it should be active seniors. But anyways, even with adults, this sounds a lot better. That is a good example of how you can improve your book title. So to recap, your title should basically include, and the basics at least, of course, there's always ways to improve this, but it should let the person, the customer, know what your book is about. So your topic, you should know who you're targeting specifically. The more specific you can be, the better, without narrowing it down too much. Obviously, you're not going to narrow it down so there's like only 5 people in the world that could be your audience, but enough so there's a specific audience, but they're still wide. And then 3 is your unique selling proposition, which is basically why should they buy your book and what is the benefit? And also, if possible, give authority. So all of that would be under why they would buy your book. Why would they choose your book? What makes you stand out? All of these kind of interchange, and you could use several of them. So your unique selling point could be a certain number or a certain number of steps, maybe, or a certain number of weeks of length of time to reach a certain type of result. And it could be, and that usually authority could also just be like some type of an adjective. So it could be the shortest way, the best way, the ultimate way to do something, the most comprehensive book on so and so, the healing of something. So there's so many words that you can use and think of, but basically if you could include all of this in your title, you will have a much better chance of creating a best-selling title book. And I hope that helps, and I will see you next time.